Genghis Khan conquered more territory than Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, and Napoleon combined. That is not the interesting part. The interesting part is that he did it while repeatedly breaking the rules that every other conqueror believed were necessary. He promoted enemies. He rewarded criticism. He retreated on purpose. He sometimes surrounded cities and waited. And somehow, it worked. History usually explains Genghis Khan through military genius, his cavalry, his tactics, his discipline. Those explanations are not wrong, but they are incomplete, because every civilization he defeated had armies. Many had larger populations. Several possessed cities that should have been impossible to conquer. So the question is not, how did Genghis Khan conquer the world? The question is, what did he understand about human nature that everyone else missed? Because whatever that answer is, it explains far more than the Mongol Empire. It explains power itself. Before he became Genghis Khan, he was Tamujin, the son of a tribal leader on the Mongolian steppe. When he was 9 years old, his father was poisoned. Soon afterward, his clan abandoned the family. Not exiled, not defeated, abandoned. Tamujin, his mother, and his siblings were left to survive alone. On the Mongolian steppe, that was usually a death sentence. And this is where most histories get the story wrong. They treat these events as obstacles, as tragedies he overcame on his path to greatness. But what if they were something else? What if they were training? The steppe was not simply harsh. It was psychologically brutal. Alliances shifted constantly. Loyalty was temporary. Trust could disappear overnight. A mistake in reading another person's intentions could cost your life. Modern psychologists have a term for what often develops in environments like this: hyper-vigilant pattern recognition. The ability to detect hidden motives, shifting loyalties, and emerging threats before anyone else notices them. Tamujin did not study this skill. He lived inside it. Every betrayal became intelligence. Every failed alliance became information. Every humiliation became data. Most people learn from success. Tamujin learned from weakness. And over time, he began seeing something others missed. Power was not about strength. Power was about understanding the system producing the strength. That insight would eventually change the world. By 1206, Tamujin had united the Mongol tribes. He took a new title, Genghis Khan, universal ruler. But his greatest innovation was not military. It was organizational. Almost every society around him promoted people based on birth. Princes commanded armies because they were princes. Nobles governed because they were nobles. Genghis Khan looked at this system and saw a weakness. Birth tells you where someone came from. It tells you nothing about what they can do. So he built a different system. Performance. Nothing else mattered. Not family, not tribe, not status, performance. A blacksmith's son could outrank a prince. A former enemy could become a general. The only question was, can you deliver results? This created something extraordinary and terrifying, because nobody was safe. Every general knew he could be replaced by anyone, at any time. Most leaders seek loyalty. Genghis Khan sought usefulness. And usefulness produces a different kind of organization, one capable of doing things other organizations cannot, including one of the strangest military tactics in history, the Feigned Retreat. Mongol cavalry would attack, then turn around and run. The enemy believed victory was near, so they chased. Their formation collapsed. Their discipline disappeared. Their emotions took over. And then the Mongols turned back. The retreat was never real. The trap was. Most armies could not execute a maneuver like this, because most armies panic when they retreat. The Mongols did not, because they trusted the system more than their instincts. That is why his generals feared him. They understood that every apparent weakness might actually be a weapon. History remembers Genghis Khan as a destroyer, and there is truth in that. Entire cities vanished. Civilizations were shattered. The historical record is not kind, nor should it be. But there is another side of the story, one that receives far less attention. Within a generation, the Mongol Empire created something unprecedented, a trade network stretching from China to Eastern Europe, protected roads, postal systems, religious tolerance, safe passage for merchants. The largest connected economic zone the world had ever seen. How does the same man destroy cities and build that? The answer reveals the deepest layer of his psychology. Genghis Khan did not think in events. He thought in systems. Most people saw cities. He saw incentives. Most people saw armies. He saw patterns. Most people saw today's problem. He saw tomorrow's consequence. Cities that resisted were destroyed. Cities that surrendered were absorbed. Their engineers, their scholars, their merchants, their administrators. Nothing was random. Everything served the larger system. And that system produced something historians now call Pax Mongolica, the Mongol peace. For the first time, ideas, goods, and people could move across enormous distances with relative security. The conqueror became a builder, not because he changed, but because the system required it. So what made Genghis Khan different? Not intelligence alone. History is full of intelligent rulers. Not ambition. History is full of ambitious rulers. Not brutality. History is full of brutal rulers. What made him different was this. He saw systems. He could look at an army and see fear. Look at a city and see incentives. Look at an empire and see weaknesses. Most people experience the systems they live inside. Genghis Khan saw the systems themselves. And once you can see the system, you can change it. That is why a boy abandoned on the Mongolian steppe became the most powerful man on earth. Not because he was stronger than everyone else, because he understood something everyone else missed. The difference between the person who experiences power and the person who exercises it is not strength. It is the ability to see the system everyone else is living inside without knowing it. Genghis Khan died in 1227. His burial site remains unknown. A man who understood the power of symbols better than almost anyone in history chose not to become one. But the system he built changed the world. And the question he leaves behind is still unanswered. What systems are you living inside right now that you have never truly seen?